you currently planning your wedding or recently got engaged and don't know where to start from? Well, first of all, congratulations. So I got married a few months ago, and I'd like to share with you what I call the ultimate wedding planning checklist. Although I had a wedding planner at my wedding, I was very much involved in the entire wedding planning process. So if you are like me and you have no idea about planning a wedding or planning a big occasion, I've put together a list of all the things I think you would need to plan a very successful wedding. I know these tasks can be very daunting, but I'm here to simplify it for you. I'll be laying emphasis on a budget-friendly wedding, that is, planning a wedding on a budget. If you're trying to save costs, yeah, the list I've put together is going to help you to plan your wedding. This list is going to cover the entire wedding planning process. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. First of all, I would like to start with a planner. Some people think having a wedding planner is a waste of money. Well, I personally don't think so. I had a wedding planner at my wedding. They were fantastic. The essence of having a wedding planner is to organize the entire event. You need somebody to tell you when to go, when not to go, what to do, give you heads up on what's happening. You need somebody to take care of the entire situation. Like, a wedding planner is more like a coordinator on that day. So apart from the fact that the person is going to be sourcing for vendors for you, of course you have to be involved, but this person is going to take care of the entire situation. For you to get a very good wedding planner, make sure you have somebody you can talk to, somebody you can call and tell, see, I don't have any money left, or this is my budget, and the person will not look at you like, that's too low, sis. You need to have somebody that you can actually have a very good rapport with as your wedding planner, or somebody I could tell, no, we're not doing this, we cannot afford this, we are doing this. Like somebody you can actually relate to, not one big celebrity that you'll be trying to form for when you don't have money. I mean, there are other things to pay for, not the wedding planner itself. So yeah, your wedding planner needs to be very affordable if you want to get a wedding planner. But if you have a family member that is willing to volunteer to plan your entire wedding process for you, it's okay. You don't need to go hire somebody to plan. If you have somebody that can do it for you, maybe a friend or a family member, go for it. As long as you are on the same page with this person, perfect. Also, make sure you are communicating your plans, your ideas with your wedding planner, because he or she is not going to go into your head or know what you're thinking about. If you have a plan or a vision for your wedding, make sure you verbalize it, you vocalize it, and you communicate these ideas. If you enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two from it, please do well to click the like button. It makes YouTube know that my video is informative and people enjoy my video. Thank you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and after subscribing, just click the bell icon very close to the subscribe button. That is the notification bell, gets you notified whenever I post a new video, and you don't get to miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you. Another item on my list is the bride's outfit. The bride's outfit comprises of the wedding gown, that is for the church wedding, or if it's a court wedding, what you're actually wearing for the wedding. If it's a traditional wedding, the traditional outfit, or the ashoke or gele or whatever it is you want to wear, the actual outfit, you have to budget for that. For you to do that, you need to decide if you want a brand new wedding dress or a pre-used wedding dress. So with a brand new wedding dress, you cannot either make a dress, that is, get a tailor to sew a dress for you, or you can buy an already made wedding dress, which is quite expensive depending on your budget. You can as well go for a pre-owned wedding dress. If you know someone that has bought a wedding dress in the past and of course can no longer use it and wants to give it out to you, you can go with that. Or you can hire a dress. There's so many vendors these days hiring dresses. If you have a dress in mind or you see it online, they can hire it if it's affordable. All well and good. So depending on you, you have to have it at the back of your mind to know the kind of dress you're going for. your traditional outfits, you need to source for the fabrics, make sure everything is available ahead of time. If you're using ashoke, make sure the ashoke fabrics are sourced and well tailored before the date of your event. Next point is bridal accessories. For bridal accessories, we have shoes, the veil, the bouquet, the necklace if you need it, the earring, the gele, the fan, the bridal robe, everything. All of this falls under bridal accessory. So first of all, let me talk about the veil and bouquet. So if you're renting a gown, typically the wedding gown has a package that covers, you get flip-flops, you get bouquet, you get the veil, and some even give you robes, bridal robe as well. The robe you use before you go to the church, the one you wear in the hotel when you're having your makeup done. Yeah, some of the packages covers that. Depends on the package you intend to go for, but if you are buying your wedding dress, you have to buy this separately, so you have to have this in mind. Also have a picture in mind, the kind of earrings you want to wear. You don't want to wear gold earrings with silver necklace. Everything needs to align. If you're going for gold, let it be gold. If you're going for silver, let it be silver. Of course, it's not a rule, but just for everything to look more coordinated, it's advisable to go for the same type of jewelry. If it's silver, let it be all silver. If it's gold, let it be all gold. And of course, you do not need to wear necklaces. If your dress does not require a necklace, you don't have to wear a necklace. Just skip that. Also, the next thing is bridal beauty and makeup. Okay, for makeup, you need to hire a makeup artist. So for you to get a very good makeup artist, check the person's work. Don't just assume, okay, this person is good, there's hype about this person, or okay, a lot of people have been recommending this person, a lot of vendors tag this person, or a lot of people tag this person on Instagram, or you're just gonna assume the person's work is good. No, go check out the page for yourself. Make sure you know the price range, know what you're getting for. Okay, if I'm paying for a package, does it cover my bridesmaid? Does it cover my model, my mother-in-law? What am I getting for my money? Does the makeup cover for traditional and white, or is it just for one day? That is, if you're having the event with two separate locations or 2 separate days, is the package covering for both days or just for one day? Will the makeup artist be there for the entire event and touch up, or will the person just leave after doing the makeup in the morning? What happens when I start sweating and I need to blot my face? Will the person be there? The makeup will cover all of that. Make sure when you are talking to your vendor, choosing your vendor, you communicate all of this with the person so that you're on the same page with the person. If you're also going to, of course, you'll be getting your nails done. If you're getting your nails done, this will fall under beauty. If you want to get your hair removed, whatever you want, waxing, this is under beauty. The next is hair, bridal hair. You need to decide the kind of hair you want. Do you want to go with a wig or a weave, or you want to go with your natural hair all slicked back with a ponytail? Whatever the case may be, you need to decide the kind of hair you want. If you need to buy hair, of course, you need to get the hair, and if you need someone to style it, you need to make arrangements for the vendor that is going to style your hair. Find the style you want. That is also something you need to look into. The next is the groom's suit, groom's accessories, his belt, his bow tie or normal necktie, his pocket square, his flower, I don't know what they call that flower stuff, his shoes, and all of that. The next thing you need to consider is the wedding program. Printing, basically, I'll call it printing. That is printing of wedding cards and wedding program. These days, people don't print a lot of wedding cards anymore because everything has been digitalized, and you can do that on the internet. You can just get an e-invite and send out to friends and families. But there are certain people you cannot send e-invites to. Some kind of people you have to do like the physical copies for. So for those kind of people, you have to do just a limited amount of invitation cards, nothing big, nothing special. Just since you're on a budget, make sure your budget covers for some people like to have access cards for their wedding. So if you're printing invitation cards, does it cover access cards as well? And if not, what is the price to get access cards, and decide on the kind of access card you want for your wedding. Also for church programs, you need to go to the church, get a layout or a format on the way things are done in the church. You will get married, the kind of hymns they sing and all of that, so you can prepare your own wedding church program as well. These programs need to be available on time. For some churches, you have to even bring a sample to church before the wedding. I mean, you need to do these things. Make sure you're not forgetting it. Make sure you're actually even writing down these points I'm saying, so that you don't miss out anyone. Okay, so don't forget about venue. Well, when it comes to venue, you have to decide what kind of wedding do you want. Do you want an outdoor event? Do you want an indoor event? And for you to even decide the kind of event you want, you have to, put weather into consideration. Is it going to be hot that day? Is it going to be rainy? Are we in the rainy season? If it's in the rainy season, you really don't want to have an outdoor event, because it's going to you can imagine what it will look like being outside with your guests, family, friends, and then you're under a canopy. It's raining and probably the canopy is leaking and people are kind of like dodging the rain and everywhere is just messy. So if it's in the hot weather, you can have fans, or you can have it outdoor. But if you insist or you want an indoor event, which is quite expensive depending on the location and the venue, you have to put this into consideration. Also for venue, you have to find out if the venues have chairs and tables. If they don't, you need to rent chairs and tables. You need to decide on the kind of chairs you want at your events. There are so many different types of chairs, so many different types of tables you want. Exactly, you need to rent tables, rent chairs if possible. There are a lot of things to rent. This is under rentals. If you are having an outdoor event, you need to rent fans. But if it's an indoor event, of course the place will be AC tight, so there'll be air conditioning, so you don't need to bother about that. I'm sure they need to be rentage of cutlery, serving dishes, where to keep the drinks and all of that. You need to rent. Then after venue, the next point is decoration. You need to find out the kind of decoration you want, and your decoration has to be lit. For your decoration to be lit, you need to find a vendor that is actually really good and somebody that can do it at an affordable rate. For the decoration, don't just get somebody that can decorate a place. Find out what you are paying, what you are getting for your money. For example, the decoration is supposed to cover lights, pop-up lights, all the everything that happens. The decoration is supposed to cover all of that. The stage, the high table, the flowers, that is decoration. Okay, you're supposed to get that done. Also, the next point is food and drinks. Then for food, you need to decide if you're going to hire a caterer to cook, or you will give the entire catering service to a vendor. So some people like to get a caterer. I don't know what they call them. They get like these elderly women to come cook. They probably cook it in the bride's family's house or the groom's family's house or somewhere nearby, and then they take the entire food to the venue. Or some people like to hire a caterer. That's a catering service. These people will cook. They charge you per plate, and maybe you are supposed to have 300 guests. They feed your 300 guests, and that is it. So depending on you, if you want to save money, or rather, I don't know, depending on you, it's better to cook at your bride's family's house, so that you can put eye on your family or your mother or your auntie, anybody can put eye upon, monitor the meat very well, and make sure the cow is not disappearing. Yeah. Also, for food and drinks, you need to just come up with a menu. What do you want exactly? Small chops, rice, swallow, soup. Yeah, just something basic. You don't need people coming to eat, like I said in my previous video, you don't need people coming to eat a 7-course meal at your wedding. It is so unnecessary. It's just a wedding. Okay, a simple basic menu will do. Then for drinks, determine the kind of drinks you want. Wine, juices, soft drinks, malt, water. Don't forget water. I mean, the rate at which water finish at events, you will not even believe it. Buy a lot of water. Glasses as well, so you need to get glasses for the drinks. Yeah, so my next point is transportation. Bride's transportation, the groom's transportation, that is if they're not going in the same cars. The bridal party's transformation. Some people do not make arrangements for this at all. I've been at weddings where the bride and groom just left with the bridesmaids at the hotel stranded, not knowing how to get to the church venue. Some people have had to walk to the church because that is even if the church is closed. You know, some people have to call an Uber because there was no arrangement for transportation made for the bridal party. So please make arrangement for your bridal party. Find out how they are going to get to the church. You can either use your own car or your parents' car, or you can rent a car. Okay, you don't have to go all out and get a limousine to take you to church. All those ones are paparazzi. Nobody needs that. Honestly, it's just for pictures and you know the whole scenario. No big deal. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't add to your event. So just get a car that will take you to church. Period. The next thing is music. So for music, you need to determine if you want a live band or a DJ. If you want a live band, which is quite on the high side, you need to find out the artists you want, the band you want to sing for you. And if you want a DJ, the hall does not provide generator. You need to find out if the DJ covers for generator, microphones, and you need to go through the list of songs with the DJ so that you don't start playing one song and you have no idea what it is, or it's not like you're not vibing to. Next is an MC. So you need an MC or a hype man. So people get both. So you need somebody that will make everywhere lit and somebody that will, you know, ginger the atmosphere. So yeah, basically, some people like to use their friends or family for this, while others like to get somebody outside like a professional MC. Next is hotel reservation. Well, most people like to stay in a hotel before they go to get married. So please don't forget to rent rooms for your bridal party. So don't just get a room for yourself and the groom. Get a room for your bridal party as well. That is if they are sleeping over. But if they are coming on the morning of the event, depending on the time of your church wedding, that's if you're having your church wedding, let's say by 11-12, and your bridal party wants to come in by 7 a.m., which is fine. They don't have to sleep over. They can make sure you get a room that is big enough to accommodate everybody, because the room will be full of people. That is if you do not want to get a separate room for the bridesmaids, which of course is unnecessary if they are not sleeping over. But please make sure you put them into consideration. The groomsmen, they will dress up in the hotel as well, so make sure you have them in mind. Your hotel does not have to be the most expensive. You don't have to get to the tallest or the highest floor because you're getting married. Just get a basic hotel that you can afford. Okay, next thing is servers. For servers, this includes people that will be serving food, drinks, the ushers that will be ushering people in, bride's family, groom's family, all of that. Also security, you need to remember security, bouncers, souvenirs. You need to determine the kind of souvenirs you want to give your guest. It is not compulsory you give souvenir to your guest, but if you want to, you have to also budget for this. Determine the kind of souvenirs you want to give. If you want to give books or jotters or pens or whatever, cups, traveling boxes, iPhones, whatever it is you want to give at your wedding, do your best. So just, you know, have a budget, know the number of souvenirs you want to give, know the number of guests you are inviting for your wedding. After I've written out all of these points I have listed, just go create a column just by this side and write the prices of you can afford to pay for these things. And before you do that, of course, I've said in my previous video to find out from vendors how much these things cost. For souvenirs, some people like to get gifts for their bridal party, just to appreciate them for being part of the bridal party, which I think is a very thoughtful thing to do. So if you're going to do that, you have to also consider this in your budget. You don't have to go all out or be all, you know, spend too much money. These are your friends, these are people that have agreed to become your bridesmaids and your groomsmen. Just a thank you, a little thank you gift for them will do. Yeah, I think I have covered majority of the points or the checklist for your wedding. If you have all this in place, I'm sure 80 to 90% is covered. Don't forget to also have reserve, make room for miscellaneous, because some things can just come up and pop up from nowhere. So please keep some money aside for miscellaneous as well during your wedding. So that is it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to this channel, subscribe. See, it's so free. It is free to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this channel. Let me know the kind of content you want to see, if there's something else you want to see on my channel, or if it's even wedding related, or you have a question about your wedding, you're planning your wedding, something is stressing you out. I know I'll be there. Just leave it in the comment section and then I'll do else to reply you. Yes, that is it for this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.